This is Pete with the smallbusinessresourcecenter.com. I wanted to share this information that was linked from one of the viewers, Venez. Thank you, by the way. Basically, if you have had damages or problems because of the coronavirus, apparently, I'm going to have all the links in the description, by the way. But if you have had damages or problems because of the coronavirus, smash the like button right now and subscribe to my channel so you can get more information like this. But basically, according to David Martin, you can file a claim against the Department of Health and Human Services and the Center Disease Control for claims due to the coronavirus. So I'm going to briefly go over this. I'm going to put all the links in the description, and there's going to be a link to the original video. I'm going to try to keep this shorter, and you'll be able to get all the forms you need to file a claim for damages because of criminal conspiracy and negligence due to the coronavirus. So what they're stating here is on April 2003, the CDC sought to patent the coronavirus isolated to humans. Keep in mind, Center Disease Control working to try to patent the coronavirus. Who's putting out the news that's creating problems? Looks like the CDC is. Criminal conspiracy, maybe. So here's how to file your claim. And basically, David is stating, and he has all this information filled out, 90% for you, which makes it very easy. So after you see this, if you want to file a claim, you're going to want to go in the links of the description for my video, or you got to go to David's original video and get this information. Well, this would make it easier, or you can type it out yourself and try to figure it out. I don't recommend that. So when you're looking at this here, basically they're stating that the SARS acute respiratory syndrome had a patent in August 2010, and the CDC basically has conspired to work on this with Dr. Fauci, of course. If you're not aware, Dr. Fauci actually admitted that he helped fund the Chinese lab that was working on a pathogen for the coronavirus. But this is all detailed. So David Martin, by the way, thank you. He's made this very easy for anybody who wants to file a claim. January 21st, 2020, the U.S. reported the first case of the coronavirus. January 31st, 2020, NHS Secretary Alex Azar, relying on information of foreign sources, declared a public health emergency. February 4th, the FDA granted the CDC emergency use authorization kits. February 10th, Dr. Fauci and conspiring associates reported to discuss the financial benefits of the public becoming more committed to supporting research on the coronavirus. Keep in mind, all this kind of stuff affects you. It may have affected you economically, mentally, physically. However it affected you, you can file a claim. So this is an addendum to the application. You're going to want to put your name here. You're going to sign it. You're going to get it witnessed. You may even want to get it notarized if you want to get it notarized, and then date it. That would be that form here. This would be your next form. This is the actual claim form, so I'm going to review that in a moment. First of all, I do recommend looking at David Martin's original video. It is very detailed. I'm trying to go over a short version because I like to be brief, and also share this information with my viewers here at the Small Business Resource Center. So smash the like button if you have claims or want to file a claim with the coronavirus, and share this with a friend if you know somebody who can use the information. Basically, what we need to do here is David, he did a great job. He pre-populated a lot of the information, and this is editable on his site. So you can see how you can just change it if you need to. For the first part, it's already filled out who you're going to be sending this to. This is Department of Health and Human Services Office. So that's filled out. Item number 2, that would be you. You are the claimant. So put your information here. Whether you're military, civilian, put that here. Your date of birth, your marital status would be next, and the date of the incident. So for the date of the incident, you would want to put somewhere in between the start of the incident to, when it was officially declared a state of emergency wherever you're located. That can be different everywhere. And then, of course, see the attached. That's the basis of your claims, number 8. And that was the first page that I went over. That's the addendum you're going to want to review, understand, fill out your name and information, and sign. All right, for number 6, the date of the accident. It's very important. David said that what you want to do is use January 31st, 2020, the date of your state's executive order, whichever they called it. In Pennsylvania, it was a stay-at-home order. Some people had quarantines or whatever they called it. You want to use either those dates or somewhere in between, or a date that you had a bad, impactful experience or incident that you can recall. So January 31st could be safe because that was probably the start of a lot of people's incidences. If you're a business owner, especially, I know a lot of people probably in the winter had noticed reduction in business, and probably due to coronavirus on the news. Claim basis for your claims. For the basis of the claim, you are supposed to use the addendum. That's the original Form 95. Keep in mind the link will be in the description. That has all the information. You can also attach or put in more information that you would deem appropriate. So keep in mind that would be other information that you could share if you have that there. For box 9 and 10, we're looking at property damage and personal injury and wrongful death. For these two boxes, David Martin says it's very important to understand that the one thing you don't want to do is put false information or a wrongful statement, because keep in mind you're filing a claim against the government. So if you put stuff that's not true, that would basically be fraud. So there would be a key point that you got to understand. We're not doing this to create more problems for yourself, but try to put a fair claim and try to get compensated for damages that you have. The government's going to more than likely investigate this. I believe they have a fiduciary responsibility, and putting in something false to try to benefit yourself could result in very stiff penalties. Once again, for boxes 9 and 10, what David Martin states is that there's an important thing to understand, and that would be tangible property. And tangible property in law literally is anything that can be touched. That includes both real property, personal property, or movable property, and stands in distinct to intangible property. Intangible property is personal property that is an item of an individual value that cannot be touched or held. Intangible personal property can include any item of worth that is not physical nature but represents something else of value. So that could be a trademark. It could be, who knows, your reputation. Who knows what it could be with this that type of broad thing. But he also wanted to make mention that you cannot put something that is quote unquote pie in the sky or a lottery ticket. You can't stipulate because of the coronavirus. I was going to buy a lottery ticket. The prize on Wednesday was $5 million. And I'm sure that, Wednesday was my lucky day. So I'm now suing for $5 million. Well, minus the $2 for the lottery ticket. You don't want to be greedy. You want to fill out the forms right. So that's what he states. To do this correctly, you can't put anything that doesn't make sense. And basically, you can quantify damages, though. So one example that I would want to give is, let's just say if you make $10,000 a month. If you do the math, and I'm just going to use an example where let's just say it's $10,000 every month. So let's just say in the start of January, everything was slowing down and you only made $5,000 a month. Now, when your state, if it did a quarantine or stay-at-home order, let's just imagine you were shut down for 3 months. Now you can quantify your loss in value. If you had other damages, say your credit score went bad because you missed payments, you can somehow, I would have to think that would be intangible and created problems. So if you quantified everything, you could put that together as far as a claim and damages. So that's what I would want to state that you should use for the basis. Don't use a basis as something that doesn't make sense. And any reasonable person would probably say this doesn't make sense, or the chance of you achieving what you were stating just wasn't possible. Section 11, you would put any witnesses, their name and address. Section 12, you would put the financial amount that you had for property damage, personal injury, wrongful death, and then your total. Section 13, you would have your signature, phone number, date of signing. Keep in mind they do stipulate something that we noted before, and then if you're trying to commit fraud or putting false statements, you could receive penalties. Of course, this is an official government document. This is not a joke. And basically, you got to look at that and make a decision if this makes sense for you to do. For this portion of the form, this is insurance coverage. If you had any insurance coverage for the incident, you could fill that in. So hospitalization, etc. Also, this could be non-applicable for almost everybody. So you can make a decision if you want to put that information here, if you had it, or if you don't. This is already pre-populated and filled out. So all you have to do is keep that page how it is. Keep in mind, David Martin, he did a great job. He put a lot of information here. I'm going to have a link in the description for his video and the forms also. So smash a like button if you would like to fill the form out. And if you want more information like this, it's the Small Business Resource Center. Hit subscribe somewhere down below. I know it's there, or it could be up top. Who knows where it is. But subscribe to my channel. I do my best to try to provide accurate information as well as business tips and personal growth tips. Share this with a friend too. And if you do have any other information like this, or you submitted a claim, comment below. Let me know what's going on, because of course I want to kind of share your news, and I appreciate it. I have a couple people who are following my channel. They're sharing information like this, and I think it's important to get the news out to as many people as possible. All right, it's Pete with the smallbusinessresourcecenter.com. Have a great day.